All right, this is very interesting. A MAGA caller called a Vegas radio show and brutally attacked me, but then it was brilliantly turned right around on him and his dear orange leader, Donald Trump. This is super interesting. Let's take a look at it. So, this is not a show I was familiar with until today. My understanding is that this is Brian Shapiro on Las Vegas radio station KSHP. And he received a caller who was a MAGA guy and basically blamed me and Luke Beasley, I guess, for like Kamala Harris losing or something like that. Let's listen to it together. But Brian does a very good job of really exposing the vapid nature of this guy's attack. Check it out.
Hey, Brian. I just wanted to comment before one of your callers, just a couple of callers ago, he mentioned Luke Beasley and David Pakman and everything. Mm-hmm. And look, I mean, I'm a conservative, so my point is like, I'm glad that the Democrats lost the election, but I also was able to see so many reasons, so many things that they did wrong as to why they lost. And I'm not saying that in terms of like my own personal bias. What I mean is like these people like David Pakman, Luke Beasley, and a lot of these Democrat, TikTok commentators and have their YouTube channels, they've earned this reputation of constantly talking down to people and acting like David Pakman is known to just be this very elitist person.
Okay. I love that. I'm known for that. That's the thing I'm known for.
Hold on, David. I want to get. I promise I'll give you a chance to finish.
Yeah.
You don't like people that talk down to people. You don't like David Pakman. By the way, I don't think David Pakman talks down to people. I think he's actually very respectful. Who do you think talks down to more people, David Pakman or Donald J. Trump?
I agree that Trump talks down to people.
No, that wasn't my question. No, but hold on, that wasn't my question. Who do you think who do you think talks down to people more, Luke Beasley and David Pakman or Donald J. Trump, who, by the way, is the president of the United States?
Talks down more.
Okay, so don't you think that's more? Don't you think that's more concerning? Someone who is the leader of the free world instead of a media personality? Wouldn't that bother you more? Why did you vote for Donald Trump then?
Well, here's why. Because these Democrats, again, they constantly gave off this attitude of they're better than everybody. And here's the thing. Trump gives off that attitude too. He's a billionaire.
Which Democrat? Okay, so give me a quote or an example of a Democrat in office that made a statement that would lead you to.
I didn't say Democrat in office. I'm saying Democrat commentators like that kid Harry Sisson, all these kids on TikTok.
So you care more about a 20? You care more about what a 20-year-old says on TikTok than the leader of the free world who you voted for.
What is Brian getting at here? Different standards for different people.
I don't understand what you're saying.
It's not that, no, let me explain. And I don't say this, I'm not saying this to sound rude or anything, but if you and other people who are Democrats can't figure out why this is a problem for Democrats, get ready to lose the next election because people are tired of being talked to like they're a 5-year-old.
Gotcha.
David Pakman, he constantly does this. And
so
you
David,
can ignore it and pretend it's not.
So you think David Pakman, by the way, I disagree with you. I don't think David Pakman's disrespectful to people. So you think.
Well, that's why the Democrats lost, because they can't even see this right in front of their face.
So the reason why Democrats lost is because they're, quote, disrespectful to people.
One of many reasons.
But yet the leader of the free world, the guy who you voted for, has attacked POWs and Gold Star families and women on looks. He said, if you're Jewish and you didn't vote for me, you need to get your head examined. You're totally willing to put that off to the side, but yet Donald Trump won, the insulter in chief, but you're blaming David Pakman.
Yeah, me on my YouTube channel. I don't even know what the guy's referring to. I had more of an impact based on my condescension, I guess, than the things Trump has said with global on the global stage.
And some media personalities, and you don't think the right doesn't do this? Forget about Donald Trump, all joking aside. Let's forget about Trump. The Sean Hannitys of the world, the Laura Ingrams of the world, the Mark Levins of the world. Rush Limbaugh did it for years on the radio.
Yeah. So listen, this is like an 11-minute thing, and I encourage you to check it all out. But what I think Brian Shapiro is getting to here is this is a politics of exclusion and othering people that MAGA has been and has become. And on the other hand, what I advocate for and what we've been talking about here is a politics of inclusion. Oh, you changed your mind about Trump? Great. Come on in. You're welcome here. The Republicans against Trump who figured it out, or whoever else. Really nice job by Brian Shapiro there. Not a guy I was familiar with until today. And, you know, The caller sort of suffering from like a main character syndrome, but not about himself, I guess about Luke Beasley and about me. Something about us is really triggering to the caller, and Brian Shapiro disarming it. But expect a lot of this over the next few years.